A week before my birthday, I opened an email and lost $75,000. Let me say that again. A week before my birthday, I opened an email and lost $75,000. A contract was canceled that was given to me, gone, just completely wiped out for 2026. Did I freak out? Of course I freaked out. I'm a human being. I crashed out for like 48 hours. And I want you to know that because of that situation, today I'm going to tell you what happened next, and it's going to sound like magic, but it's not magic, it's physics. And by the end of this episode, you're going to understand this week exactly what happened. This is the 1 week of the entire year that you cannot afford to stay the old version of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new here to Manifesting Miracles, I am Michelle Juanita Lamont. This podcast is Manifesting Miracles with over 1 million downloads, top 5% podcast on the planet with over 400 5-star reviews on Apple. So if this show has even ever cracked anything in you, go and leave a 5-star review right now. 30 seconds. Your review is how the next person finds this episode, maybe on the exact day that they opened a terrible email. This could be their miracle podcast. So back to my birthday week. Let's get into it. Oh my gosh. So there I am, $75,000 evaporated. My stomach, everything I lost it. I sat down, I crashed out for 48 hours. I sat down, I meditated, and I remembered something. I'm a creator. All things are always working out for me, always and in all ways. And if I could just relax, change the quantum field, I could probably manifest another contract. But because I'm a badass and anything I want, I get, that's my ideology. Now here's where you need to pay attention, because this is the fork in the road. And I watch people take the wrong path every single day. Most people in that moment would have discounted their services, had a fire sale, everything I've ever done on sale. Most people would have panicked and said, grab as much money as you can, as fast as you can. Get small, get safe, get cheap. You know what I did? I raised my prices. I actually doubled them. Yeah, because I believe the universe is always protecting me. And the January before, I made $17,000 in January. And in that January, after doubling everything, I generated about 37 and change in 1 month. Confidence literally paid. But wait, because the universe wasn't done showing off. A new email comes in, a new contract replacing the old one, totally different company, totally different situation. And here's the part that gives me chills. It had been sitting in my inbox for 2 months. I hadn't seen it because I was too busy building my new double portal. My assistant said, did you see that email that was sent in October? No. And there it was, dated 10/31, 6 days after my birthday. The universe didn't just replace what I lost. It came back with double. Double! So now I want to talk to you, not podcast host, talk to you. But bestie, imagine I'm sitting across from you right now, holding both of your hands, and I am pleading with you because I know what you've been doing. You've been shrinking. You've been discounting yourself. You've been looking at your fear and calling it realistic. And I love you way too much to watch you do this for another year. Please, bestie, listen to me. Your higher self already knows exactly how much money you need to live your highest and best life. It knows. But fear takes over, and fear makes you lower everything. Your prices, your size, your emotions, your drive. Fear makes you play small. Fear makes you get quiet. Rooms where you should be loud. And the universe needs you to be so fucking brave right now. It needs you strong. It needs you to stand up. It needs you to say, no, I'm not going to take this anymore. I get what I want. I'm a goddess. I'm a god. And now what you're thinking? Well, Michelle, that's easy for you to say. Baby, I crashed hard. Tears, snot, fears, calling everything, looking at all of my commitments, looking at all my credit card bills for 48 hours over an email. I'm not pleading with you from the mountaintop. I'm pleading with you from the same mud you're standing in right now. The only difference between us is that I got up and doubled my prices while my fear was still shaking. That's it. That's the whole secret. You don't wait for fear to leave. You leap with it, screaming in the back seat. Now, of course, you know I can't go an episode without talking about the science. So let me talk to you about why this week matters. Because tonight, the night this episode comes out, is the solar eclipse. The biggest one of the year. And everybody gets eclipses wrong. People think that eclipse season means everything must burn to the ground. No. Eclipse season hands you 10,000 foot view. It lifts you above your own life to ask one question. Is the old you, the 3D version of you, the one that struggled to get here right now, where things are hard, where nothing worked out? Are you still vibrating at that frequency? Are you a vibrational match to that fear, to that doubt, to that insecurity? Because here's the physics. Einstein said it. Match the frequency and the vibration of whatever you want. This has to appear. It's physics. Has to. Not a suggestion. A physical physics law. And a solar eclipse is the universe asking you to say goodbye to the version of you. Let it burn. Let the 3D reality be done. Let it die, baby. 3D you is gone. Because here's what nobody tells you. It's almost like, why? But you've been so good and so loyal to that version of you that didn't succeed. Read that again. You've been loyal, faithful, and devoted to an identity that never once had your back. The eclipse burns the old identity down, and the new moon, which is under, plants the seed. Plants the seed, baby. And then, my love, you're playing in a whole new quantum field. You have never experienced life in the 4D and the 5D until you start now. And you're ready to quantum leap. You might be like, quantum leap? Yeah. You just don't know what you're looking at. So let me give you an example. You know deja vu? You probably have it every now and then. Deja vu is a lapse in the time-space continuum. And when you feel it, your higher self is pulling you towards a new dimension. The synchronicities, the 444s, the 1111s, the 222s, the song you keep hearing, the same little item that you keep seeing over and over and over again, following you all week long. Somebody saying the word watermelon 6 times in one day. And it happened to be your grandmother's favorite fruit. Or scent. It's not a coincidence. That's the version of you that you haven't been loyal to yet, knocking on your soul one more time, trying to convince the reflection in the mirror. Trying to convince the reflection in the mirror that you've never even explored what your quantum field is, because you've only experienced the hard and the tough and the survival version. Which brings me to tonight. Tonight, this Wednesday, live on the eclipse itself, inside Manifesting Miracles Academy, I'm hosting and holding on Zoom a Quantum Leap workshop. This night, the entire month, is built around eclipse season. Because it means money, 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 honey. Okay? And I'm going to teach you what I could only tease here. What it actually means when the universe is building a new, more magnetic, magical, magnificent world around your new frequency, around your new identity. How to mathematically calculate what you're doing, I'm going to show you. So this stops being vibes and starts feeling like you're engineering a life, because you're not here for what you think you're here for. And when you close down every other possible timeline and declare, I'm only having this, I'm only going to be this way, it's only going to happen this way, I'm only going to have exactly what I want. Well, according to Einstein and physics, the quantum field has to collapse and change. It's just physics. It's not magic. It's not woo-woo. Although you are very fucking magical. What you plant in an eclipse portal grows differently. There's no eclipse in September. There is no makeup for tonight. But if you join and you can't make it, or you're listening to this after Wednesday, I have a replay for everything. And there's a workbook. And the one thing I'm begging you to hear right now is this part. You've heard me say it before, but you're not going to hear it again. The first month is free right now. And after that, it's $5 a week. But on August 21st, in about 9 days from the day this airs, the 30-day free trial disappears forever. You see, I'm switching platforms. The other one's more streamlined. And after the 21st, all I can ever offer you is 7 days, 1 week in the Academy for free. So tonight is the math working in your favor one last time. Walk in free. Be at the Quantum Leap ceremony tonight. And then after that, we're going to be hosting Rich Gold Rock so you can understand which crystals to use. You're going to be open to receiving. You're going to be catching the eclipse season in the right frame of mind. And the whole rest of the month, I have 5 workshops in MMA this month, all around resetting your money codes. And it won't cost you anything but your time. You know, I hear the old identity whispering, maybe next month, maybe next time. My love, there is no next month for free this. That's the whole point of the eclipse. This is the end. The door closes permanently. So let this be one of them opening. All right. Let me break it down to you as like a little plea. So here's my plea to one best friend to another. The old you was so good, it was fine. But the 3D survived this life. But listen to me. They only survived. They got you here. But tonight, the sky itself is offering to take all of this off of your hands. Let it. You could spend tonight scrolling, staying loyal to the 3D version of you that never, ever, ever could see the 4 or the 5D possibilities. Or you could be in the room with all of us. The biggest portal of the year, the biggest time to quantum leap. I lost $75,000, and because I refused to shrink, the universe handed me back double. I need you to find what your double looks like. Come to the ceremony tonight. If you missed it, watch the replay. Once you join, link in the show notes. Until August 21st, the first month is free. And then I can't offer it again. Because around here, we don't chase miracles. Oh no, my love. We become the people who expect them. We are the signal. We're not searching for signs. You learn to become the signal. Because everything is always working out for you. So go be the motherfucking manifester that you incarnated here to be. Now, if you haven't and you don't know how to close, let's close like we always do. And if this is your first time listening, we repeat this phrase 3 times in 3 different tones. And we rev ourselves up. Yeah, okay, baby, let's go. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Us again. Everything is always working out for us. Everything is always working out for us. Everything, always and in all ways. My name is Michelle Juanita Lamont. I'm a manifestation coach, spiritual therapist, and an award-winning podcast host, author, and speaker. Everything is energy. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you can't help but get it. This is physics, Albert Einstein. And my loves, my name is Michelle Juanita Lamont, and I want to guide you back to the biggest version of yourself, guide you to the version when you were a little baby and all things were possible. The magic never left you. You left your own magic, and I want to bring that spark right back. If I can rewrite my story 50 million times, baby, so can you. All right. Now it's time for us to step in, lean in, and I will see you tonight on Zoom for the Solar Eclipse Workshop and all the 5 money workshops in the month of August in MMA. Join now. It's time. You got to start somewhere. I believe in you. I love you, and I cannot wait to meet you on Zoom. My name is Michelle Juanita Lamont, and you've been listening to the best podcast in the solar system, Manifesting Miracles.